Hello everybody out there in Rider Nation. Well, the pain is over. I don't have to watch the Roughriders anymore this season. I have never seen a team that can find a way to lose as this team been this year. Yes. If there's a way to lose, they find it. Ah, boy. The only bright side is it's a beautiful day here in Saskatchewan. Beautiful day for football in Saskatoon, and going over to SMF Field and go watch the Hilltops take on Regina in the final for the Prairie Football League. Should be a good game. Last time they played, I was at the game. They put up a really good fight for both sides, but hopefully the Hilltops can come on top. Got a pretty good quarterback and a really good running back. They can get a lot of touchdowns and a lot of yards. Should be a good game and a beautiful day for it. But back to those Roughriders. I don't know how they do it. They just managed to find a way to lose in the end. Everything's looking positive. Our very first play of the game, we get a break. Throws a long one. Delegado throws a long one to Shake and Bake. Gets deflected. He grabs it and then gets it knocked out. Of course, they challenged the turnover, and what do you know? We won a challenge, and we get the ball and we take it right down in there for a touchdown. Just a great start to the game. Turnovers ended up being the killer in the end. Now, we threw one to Stearns, and turns around, bang, pop, out, lose the ball. And the big turning point of the game, another turnover. And they go in to score, take the lead. You know. Well, it's been just like a clone season of last year. You can just about clone it. And we start off hot, end up going to crap. Lose the last 7, both years, I think. We start off good and things are looking good. The arrow is going upward, pointing like we're gonna progress, and then after Labor Day, boom, everything downhill. Everything downhill. And it'll be big changes in Riderville now, I guess. Sure, Dickinson's gonna be gone. He's not really getting fired. He's on the last year of his contract anyway. To me, my view is poor Dickie has to be gone. I think his biggest problem of being a head coach is his lack of discipline and being tough on the guys. He's just too soft. I don't know if it's the whole coaching staff that decide that they should take this week off or not practice Tuesdays, go bowling. I don't know. He's just too soft. If you ever watch my training camp videos, I said that right from the beginning. You know, it's okay to be buddy-buddy with the players, but that only works so far. You know, it started way back last year already when Dickinson finally did stand up and say the players weren't very good. And then what happened? Marshall, of all people, complain about it. Say you can't say that about your players. Well, I'm sorry. That's life. You know, Marshall, he can't talk anymore. I got a feeling I wouldn't even have him back. I'll be doing a video of who I think they should have a chance of bringing back next year. Have a look at it again later here. Once the season's over. I mean, once the CFL's over, I'll be still making videos about the up and coming games. But Marshall, you know, he got a pick yesterday, but let me tell you, he was lucky. It was just because of Kelly threw it short. Otherwise, that was in the end zone too. And then lo and behold, later on in the end, in the game, Marshall, like he always does, looking in the backfield, off goes his covered guy he's covering, and boom, they're gone. You know, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't be looking in the backfield when you're playing man on man. You got to cover your man. If you're playing zone, sure, you can look in the backfield. Hi, how you doing?
Good, you?
Good, hi buddy. Come on, Rod. Yeah, Marshall, he got beat, you know, so many times this year with peeking in the backfield. Can't be, he wanting to pick off. I like the idea of them picking him off, but you know, it's in, you lose your guy you're covering and he's just wide open, and it just happened too many times. One thing I say about Marshall this game, I noticed he was actually doing some tackling. Did some pretty decent tackles, but that's after his man's been left wide open, or he does help on other tackles, but most of the season, half the time he had his hands on his hips. I guess you don't have to guess. He'd be one of the guys I wouldn't be bringing back. Can't be caught talking against the coach. It's just as bad as the coach talking about his players. How far the cuts are gonna go, I don't know. Like for the top management, that's hard to say. That's up to the board. They got to make the decisions now. Yeah, it's no use getting in too big a hurry, because you don't even know who you're going to bring on. I guess you could just say you're not bringing them back, Dickinson, but you know, until the CFL's wrapped up, you don't have a clue who you might be available and who might not be. And well, unless they've got someone from outside already they've been looking at, who knows. But it'll be up to the board. Myself, I think O'Day got shafted this year. He did attempt at fixing the O-line. You know, he had Hawkins and he had Tucker, and he had a lot of guys come into camp. Hawkins, he ended up getting hurt right away. He was going to be one of our supposed tackles, you know, and then he brought Blake in, you know, free agent. He's an older guy, but decent Canadian for a guard. And brought Godbar in at center, got him from BC, and he was hoping Furlan would step up. And then Kelly was supposed to be on the other tackle, and he ended up out of there. So, you know, there was your offensive line, bang, gone. Just like that, it's history. You know, fighting to have a cohesive group in there. And then when we lost Milligan this year, that was a big blow. We were never the same after he went in the backfield there. You know, there's a lot of guys I'd bring back there, but Milligan, I hope we can bring him back and he's healthy again. I know you're talking about the players right now I'd be bringing back, that's for sure. There were some bright spots we had. Cox, like I thought, you know, he turned out exactly the way I was thinking. He had a sack and two sacks and a forced fumble. He's a bright spot. I'll have to eat crow on Dalagala. He had a hell of a game. You know, and I think what helped him is they had plays to stretch the field out, because it's just nothing for him to throw it 50 yards, 40 yards downfield. He needs a really good quarterback coach, and I think we have a chance with him. But we need to find a really good quarterback coach. You know, that's important for his development, because he still throws interceptions. We're the only guys that can actually get the ball are the opponent, and that just can't happen. A couple of them in critical spots there. Every interception's critical, but you know, you just can't throw those ones. And that being said, he threw some darts in the middle, you know, really tight coverage, but he got it right where it needed to be, and kudos to him. Be nice if they could develop his running skills. That's a big part, and pocket presence. But good morning.
They didn't pull it out.
No, I'm just talking about it. I have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
I put it on there, and that's what I'm talking about right now.
Oh, well,
Rider game.
lower blood pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Another Rider fan there talking about the game. Her blood pressure was high too, she said. My blood pressure didn't even get too high this game. They actually, pretty proud of them how they went out. They just found a way to lose again. You know, especially at the end of the game there. Yeah, we had them 3rd and long. Why did they fall back? And I'd have brought the house at that new guy in there. I can't remember his name. What the hell is his name? I'll put it on the screen after. But, you know, why not send the house? That's the game. If you're gonna go down swinging hard. If they beat your blitz, so be it. I'd have sent not necessarily everybody, but at least 7 guys. You know, I would have sent 7 and play the rest man, cover them, and take your chances. You know, game was over. Yeah, we tried to run the ball to kill time at the end. Couldn't move it at all. Toronto's defense is leading in the league in stopping the rush. Well, I don't know what else to say. But back to O'Day, whether I'd keep him. There was a couple moves that turned out to be real crap. One of them was Winnicky. Like, they paid him quite a sum. I think he could get around 160K with all the bonuses. Of course, he's not going to get the bonuses, but I still know he's north of 100K, and turned out to be a real bust. It was a waste of money. And Lanier didn't play up to how I thought he should be playing. He was okay. I don't know if he's hurt or what, but when they moved him to the outside, that was, I don't know if that was a smart move. You know, he was always so dominant in the middle there. I think he lost weight and tried to gain some speed to play on the end, and that was a process that didn't really work at all. Geez, next season anyway, that's what we gotta look for now. Go to camp and see what they're gonna be bringing in. I think that's what might be O'Day's weak point. He just doesn't, I don't know. You have to have somebody and a staff that knows a lot of people down south and can convince them to come play in Saskatchewan. Because a lot of these guys, you probably talk to them, they say, where's Saskatchewan? How do you spell that? You know, they know Toronto, they know Montreal, they know Vancouver's and maybe Calgary's, but Regina, not so much. Well, that's the biggest problem for a GM here, I think. That's their job, is to find talent, and the coaches is the one to make that talent work. Yeah, that game, I end on talking about the game here. Wasn't too disappointed. I threw my hands up on a lot of those stupid calls by the refs again. Like, it just, the reffing in the CFL is just seems to be going downhill. Even the command center, which you'd think would get things right once in a while, I guess they do, but a lot of them I just don't agree with. It's not even close to what I'm thinking, but they don't seem to think that way. Hi.
Good morning.
Thanks. Hi.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Great.
Right on. Good. Good. A beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can't blame the refs. Well, just can hope that they call everything equally for both sides. Some of the calls, I went out of bounds, and then we ended up with some. I didn't even know. You couldn't even tell on TSN. They busted away to a commercial, and next thing you know, we got some penalty. They got blaming on the refs. It was just, they found a way to lose. I could go over and over that they found a way to lose. That they did. You know, you had 7 chances to get into the playoffs, and you blow every one of them. Yeah, bloody says it all, doesn't it, folks? Anyway, video's long enough. I'll get back to you after the Hilltop game, and we'll talk about some of the games coming up here. Probably not much till the playoffs start. These next regular season games, everything's pretty well decided already. Anyway, till next time, go Riders, go.